Hello and welcome to video number 46. This video is on forming expressions and formulae. The keywords are forming and variables. Forming is when you write something mathematically using numbers and letters. And then variables are the things that are the changeable things within a question. All right. You might have to identify them yourself, or you might be given letters to represent them. Okay. So the method states, to form an expression, you must read the words very carefully, which is a bit of an annoyance most times because it can seem really confusing. Even the simplest words can seem a little bit confusing. And then you may need to figure out what the variables are in the question. You need to represent it with single letters and then figure out what you need to do with them to create an expression or a formula. All right, i.e. you might need to add, subtract, multiply, or divide them. Okay. Now, in question 1, I've got to form an expression from the following words. 6 more than F. So you've got 6 more than F. So if you start with F and you add 6, there's your expression. Okay. You've got 6 more than F. All right. We don't know what F is, but if we did know what F was, let's say it was 10. All right. And we did 10 plus 6. That's 16. All right. This expression is 16 and F was 10, and that is 6 more than what F was. All right. So that probably makes it sound more complicated than it really needs to, but that's what I'm talking about. F plus 6 is 6 more than F. Right. This one's slightly different, very slightly different. P less than 11. All right. So something less than something. 11 is the starting point, and then P less than it. So we're going to go minus a P. All right. 11 take away P is P less than 11. All right. I hope that again makes sense. Tricky. Get your head around it. Then X multiplied by 7. Well, this is the same as multiplying terms. It's just written out in words. You've got 7 multiplied by X to do. Right. Always do the number multiplied by the letter, or that's the way we write it in algebra. And that is the answer. All right. It wouldn't be wrong if it was X 7. All right. It's just not written that way in the world of algebra. So we write it as 7X. All right. No multiplication symbol. Now, in question 2, we've got to form an expression or formula from the following words. Now, V squared and then multiplied by 3. This one actually is simpler to follow. Square V squared, and then multiply it by 3, which would be multiplied by 3. But we don't write the multiplication symbol, and we want the number to go in front of the letter. So we write it 3V squared, right? Now, some of you might be thinking, hang on, wouldn't that be 3 multiplied by V and then squared? No, it's because of the order of operations we can write it this way. So whatever V is, if we ever get a value for V, we'd be able to put it in there, square it, and then multiply it by 3. And that expression is the way that we would write that. Okay, let me get rid of that so you don't get confused in the next question. Now this one, I've written D equals 19x. That should really be stuck together there, so you don't think that's 19 multiplied by plus 4. That wouldn't make sense, right? So that's 19x, one term, okay? Ignore that space. Plus 42y, again, ignore that space. So I've already multiplied 42 by y and 19 by x there, all right? I didn't write those in words because this is the first introduction to a formula that I've given you. So D equals 19x plus 42y. You're going to write down D equals, and it's a formula because it has got an equals in it, 19x plus 42y. Okay, so that one's actually a little bit simpler. You just follow the process, and the x's will look like curly x's, like I've mentioned in previous videos. Now in C, you've got a formula. Actually, is a pretty famous formula. E equals m multiplied by c squared. Okay, and you might have heard of this one. Big E, capital E, energy, equals mass multiplied by speed of light squared. Okay, Einstein's theory of relativity there. Now, again, pretty simple to follow. Just do what you need to do to it. Moving over, having a look at the third question. Lots of words to interpret, bit of an annoyance. Loads of people don't understand this when they read it once and then kind of give up, right? I'm going to read it out. A Choco Crunch costs C pence. I'm going to put that C in some brackets. Maybe you want to highlight it in your exam paper, whatever, right? C pence. We don't know how many pence it is, but it is C amount of pennies. A fruity bar costs F pence. Okay, and look, C for crunch, F for fruity. Oh, are we going to follow on here? And a nutty heaven slice costs N pence. All right, write a formula for the total cost T, which is a capital T in brackets, of 4 Choco Crunches, 2 fruity bars, and 7 nutty heaven slices. Almost sounds like a Christmas song, but it's not. Now, let's just look at how many Choco Crunches we've got. We've got 4 Choco Crunches, and if they all cost C pence, then that's 4 lots of C. Okay, so 4 lots of C is 4 multiplied by C, which we write as 4C. All right, we've got 2 fruity bars, so 2 lots of F, and we'd have to add that on to the cost of our Choco Crunches if we wanted to start an expression for the total cost. So we'd have to add on 2 lots of C, okay, and then the 7 nutty bars, or the 7 nutty heaven slices, we've got 7 lots of N pence. So we're going to have to add those on as well. So 7 lots of N, okay. And all of that now is the expression, because that's everything that we're buying. That's the total cost. So the total is equal to all of that. And we can't simplify anything. And I didn't mean to put C there. I meant to put F in the middle. I hope you noticed my mistake there. I noticed it before I finished the video, and then I don't have to re-record this one, right? So I'll just whiz over it again. 4 lots of C, 2 lots of F, and 7 lots of N pence. Okay, that's the formula that we would create. I'll write down the answer space there. T equals 4C plus 2F plus 7N. All right, I hope that makes sense. Thank you again for watching. Thanks for supporting what I'm doing. I've had some lovely comments from students that I've spoken to around the school that I work in. And I really hope it takes off and they really learn, or you guys really learn from it. Because that is the purpose of me making these videos. I'm enjoying it, and I hope you're enjoying watching them to some degree. All right, see you in the next one. Make sure you click the link in the description when it is there to do some practice.